Hi everyone, I am back for another review and I'm here to review The Day of the Jackal from 1973. It stars Edward Fox and it's a Frederick Forsyth novel. It is based on a Frederick Forsyth novel. It is about a man trying to assassinate the president of France, Charles de Gaulle. And in that he ventures through various different ways on how to get to the president of France. And this was a time when uh, terrorism and criminality of that sort wasn't really in the forefront, but political assassinations were. And this was at a time when it was still a very analog world. Like you had to work with forged passports, you had to use different identities, you had to find ways to declare yourself at hotel rooms and whatnot. Declare yourself in use pseudonyms, use different names and things of that nature. And the various parts of The Day of the Jackal that I really liked was that how creative the Edward Fox character was. Michael Lonsdale also plays a French policeman in this movie. He was well known in for the James Bond movie Moonraker, where he plays the bad guy opposite Roger Moore as James Bond. And with that, in The Day of the Jackal, it is probably, in my opinion, one of the most underrated political thrillers that I've ever seen. Only because it took a lot of ingenuity on Edward Fox's part, the Edward Fox character, to see to be creative and try to find ways to kill Charles de Gaulle, but he ultimately failed. It is certainly one of my most favorite movies of all time, like next to Casablanca. And this movie is basically, if you ever want to go on a European vacation, but you don't have the money, just watch this movie because they take you all across Europe. And with that, Edward Fox does a great job with his role, and also at the same time Michael Lonsdale, who plays a French policeman, also does a great job in this role. The thing with this movie is that when Charles de Gaulle was president, he was a controversial figure in France and around the world. But a lot of people felt that he was kind of someone that would upset the apple cart in a way, in like global order, and with everything that's going on right now. Charles de Gaulle was kind of someone ahead of his time, in a sense, and he was someone to evoke those sort of feelings. And I think Frederick Forsyth, in his novel, who's the same British writer, tried to highlight that, and in the movie they did the same thing. So The Day of the Jackal was a movie that I thought kind of made the assassin, the would-be assassin, human. And with that, they wanted to portray the Edward Fox character as someone who's human, who has feelings, who has emotions, and who has stress like everyone else in life. And Michael Lonsdale, the policeman, is someone that he plays the policeman as an ordinary person, and it's just old school hard-nosed police work is what got the ending. And that's why I recommend this movie, because it requires you to think not only the mind of a terrorist, but the mind of a policeman and the mind of someone that would assassinate a high profile figure. And that is my review. I will see you guys at the next review.